guys know my test and my reviews are very, very similar, so make sure you ask questions today. Looking at question number one, I'm being asked for the mode, medium, and mean. So looking at my graph, remember I'm looking at the point. I'm ignoring the numbers at the bottom because those are just names, right? It's just the years. I'm looking at the numbers at the left. So my numbers for the first one, it's a 3. For the second one, I have a 5. Then I have a 6, 5, 11, 9. I have a 4, and a 5. Remember, I was looking at each point, and I would look at the number at the left for each of them. Yes. You're right. The first one is a 2. It's checking if all of you guys are right. Checking will say you are. I never make mistakes. I just check. So okay, so the first one was a 2. So I made a list, right? For the mode, it's the one that repeats the most. I see 5. I see 3 5s, and I don't see any number that repeats the same or more. So I'm gonna say mode is 5. Right? It's the one that repeats the most. Now for the median, it's the one in the middle. It would be nice if my numbers were in order, but they're not. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cancel the biggest number, which in this case is 11, and the smallest number, which in this case is a 2. Right? Biggest and smallest. Do it again. The biggest and the smallest. Do it again. The biggest and the smallest. And do it again. Biggest and the smallest. The only number I did not cancel was a 5. If, right now I only have a number, but if we have 2 numbers instead of 1, add the 2 numbers and divide it by 2. Right? If we have 2 instead of 1. Now for the mean, or average, like people call it sometimes, for the mean or the average, this one, first add all your numbers. So you have to add them all. Let me get a calculator for that. 1 go 2 plus 51. Thank you. So you add them all, and you get 51. And then divide it by how many you got? 39. You got like 5.666666. Okay, so let's write that as 5.67. Right? Don't forget I'm rounding it up to 2 decimal places. So for mode is a number that you see more. For median is the one in the middle, and for mean, add them all divided by how many you got. Right. The information on the quiz, the test tomorrow, and the worksheet today, you guys will see line graphs, which is just with a point. Right? We look at the value of the point. You guys will also see it as bar graphs. Look at the highest value on the bar. Don't forget that 0. I'm looking at question number 3. 0 is a number. So that one for 1907, that space, that 0 counts. Don't forget about that 0. Probably for mode is not going to make a difference, but for medium and mean it will. So don't forget that 0. And then the other way you're going to see it is like question number 11, a list. All right, so line graph, bar graph, or list. That's basically how you're going to see it. Any questions up until number 12? So that the way this review looks like, that's how the test looks like. So yes. Yes, you have a question? Number 3? All right, let's take a look at number 3. My numbers are 7, 4, what's the other one? 1, 6, 0, 6, 6, 3, 3, 4, and 4. So I notice I have 3 6s and I have 3 4s. 3 6s, 3 4s, nothing else. So my mode is 4 and 6. I could have more than one mode. Right, 4 and 6 are ones that repeat the most. For median, remember when I cancel the biggest and the smallest, the biggest and the smallest, biggest and small, big and small, big and small, so 4. And then for the mean, add them all and divide by how many? Let's see. How much is it? 44. Divided by 11. 44 divided by 11, we get 4. Okay, don't forget your 0. On the test, from these questions, like your review 1 through 12, there's 6 of them on the test tomorrow. Any questions from 1 through 12? Which one? 4? Alright, let me wait on this thing. It just froze for a minute. There we go. So, alright, 4. Okay, my numbers are what? 5, 6, 7, 7.5, 8, 8, 9, 11, and 11. Do keep in mind that this one I call 7.5 because it's between the 7 and 8, so 7.5. Alright, so my mode, cool thing is this one, my numbers are in order. My mode, I'm going to say 8 and 11. There's the one number that I see twice. 8 and 11. For the median, I said it's easy for me to cancel the small and the largest because my numbers are in order. So my median is 8. For my mean, add everything. Let me see, let me add everything. 72.5. So we have 72.5 divided by, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 72.5 divided by 9. 8.05555. So let me call that 8.06. Okay. Any questions up until 12?
So it's just because it's in the middle, the number just hits at 0.5.
Yes. So we're good up until 12? All right. Now probability for number 13. You guys will have 4 questions of probability tomorrow. For probability, it says a number is chosen at random from 1 to 50. Find the probability of selecting an even number. So let me list all my even numbers from 1 to 50. And no evens are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, and 50. Right? I listed all my even numbers from 1 to 50. Now, how many numbers are there on my list? 25? All right, so on the top, I write 25. At the bottom, How many numbers are there total from 1 to 50? 50. Don't worry about simplifying fractions. 25 over 50, it's okay. There's 25 even numbers out of 50 total. But let me take a look when we have the word or. I have a numbers chosen, so looking at question number 17, numbers chosen at random from 1 to 25. Find the probability of selecting an even number or factored of 16. So first, let me think of even numbers from 1 to 25. I'm going to go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, and 24. Right? I stop at 24 because no more than 25. So I did the list of the even numbers. I see OR factors of 16. Factors are the numbers I can divide 16 by. So which number I can divide 16 by? I can divide it by 1. I can divide it by 2, 4, 8, and 16. Now that I have two lists, compare your list. If a number was already on the first list, cancel out from the second one. Because you cannot have the same number twice. So I'm going to cancel the 2 because I already had it. I'm going to cancel the 4 because I already had it. The 8 and the 16. Right. So once again, cancel the numbers you already have. Now, how many numbers do I have total there? There. How many on my list? How many do I have? 13. All right, if we count, there's 12 on the top list and 1 at the bottom. So there's 13 total that I have listed over 25. Because there's 25 numbers from 1 to 25. And I think the bottom is not hard to see. But remember, every time we see the word or, we see it there, that means it's going to be two lists. I had the list of the even numbers, and I had the list of the factor of 16. Cancel the numbers that repeat. Another way for factor is divisor. Like if I said the divisor of 16 is the same thing. Factor, divisor is the same thing. Now multiple is not. Because you guys have the word multiple. Right there, number 21. The multiple of 12, if you notice multiple sounds like multiply, is the timetables of 12. So I'm thinking, the timetables of 2, I mean. So I'm thinking 2, 4, 6, right? The timetables of 2. Obviously, that one I stop at 6 because in this question, number 21, I'm dealing with a die. You roll a single die, find the probability of rolling a multiple of 2. So I'm going to call this 3 out of 6. All right. Any questions? 16? All right, let's take a look at 16. A number is chosen at random from 1 to 50. Find the probability of selecting a factored of 20. Remember, factored or divisible are the numbers I can divide 20 by. I can divide it by 1. I can divide it by 2. I can divide it by 4, by 5. 6, 7, 8, and 9 do not go into 20, but 10 does. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 do not, but 20 does. All right, how many numbers do I have on my list? 6 out of how many? 50. Let me mention something as well. I know I have a question. Looking at number 18, there's two lists. Find the probability of selecting an odd number. You can do odd numbers or factors of 27. Let me just take a look at the list of the factors of 27. Or you can do the list of the odd numbers. Let me just do the list of the factors of 27. Factors of 27 are 1, 3, 9, and 27. Right, the numbers I can divide 27 by. This case, 27, I'm going to cancel 27 without even looking at my list of the odd numbers. And the reason why, because I'm only going from 1 to 25. Right, so I'm not going to get 27. So I already canceled 27 because I'm only going up to 25. Obviously, do the list of your odd numbers, and don't forget to cancel the numbers of repeat. All right, any other questions? Let me take rolls really quick.